And anybody that's overly friendly, just too friendly, that's a red flag to me.
Or if they're like a little bit too inquisitive, that's one that I don't like.
That's true. Yeah.
If I notice that you're asking an awful lot of questions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Trying to gather some intel.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Exactly.
Well, I already started building your Rico case.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm watching you,
Your
bitch.
Rico case. Mm-hmm. So this would be a rant for you.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rant Files. I'm Nick, and this is my lovely wife and co-host, Miranda.
Hello.
She's going this episode completely blind and doesn't know what any of the topics are. But first, let's talk about it. This week, we're talking about The Housemaid.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thriller based on the 2022 best-selling novel by Freida McFadden.
McFadden, I think.
McFadden, okay. Mm-hmm. And it stars Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried.
Seyfried.
Okay.
Seyfried.
Okay. Now, major spoiler alert. This movie has crazy twists and turns. You haven't seen the film.
Read the book.
Or read the book. Yep. If you haven't seen the film or read the book, go check it out and come back or just skip ahead because we're about to talk about it. We watched this movie last night and it was a pretty wild ride, but we haven't really talked about it much. We talked about it a little bit, but not like in depth.
Yeah, no, I think we were pretty much just like, that was a good movie. What do you want to watch next?
Yeah. It really was, though.
It was surprisingly good, actually. Yes. Like, I don't know why I said surprise. I guess, I don't know. I heard like some kind of back and forth reviews on it. I guess like some people are like, oh, it was okay. And then other people are like, wasn't that great? But then
really?
Like,
okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect, but that's one Freida McFadden book that I haven't read. I have read other books of hers though.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's why I was like, well, I mean, I like her books. So I imagine that if they made one of her books into a movie that probably I would hope it's a good movie.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know, just was like, let's watch something different.
I went into this one pretty, not as blind as like when we saw Sinners.
Yeah.
I saw the preview, right?
Yeah,
and then I saw the trailer. And then I saw the what is it? What are the two reviews? It's Rotten Tomatoes and something else. I forget the other one. On Voodoo. Whatever it's called. I saw those two, and it hit pretty high. So I was like, okay. This doesn't. But other than that, I didn't look at any comments or reviews or anything like that. I just knew those two things.
Yeah, well, because sometimes in the reviews they give shit away.
Yeah,
like sometimes they spoil. I've made the mistake of reading the reviews, so I've had to stop doing that because they don't fucking do anything to like prevent people from, spoiling the movie or anything.
Ever since Nope.
Yeah,
I haven't trusted reviews.
Oh well, yeah, that too.
That fucked it up for me because I'm like, all these people raved about this fucking thing, and then I was like, I've had a really hard time going off of movie reviews since that. And there's even some of my favorite movies that I look at the reviews like, years later or whatever, and like they got really bad reviews.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. That's another thing I was gonna say is that we've talked about this so many times. Some of the really good movies have like a really low Rotten Tomatoes score. They got really bad reviews, and I'm like, you guys just fucking suck.
This is my favorite movie.
Whatever.
Like, fuck you.
Like, fuck off. This is a good movie.
Like if Hunter Killer or Battleship had a bad review, I'd be like, fuck all of you.
Yeah, I feel like was Out Cold one of those that had like bad. It probably is.
It could be.
That had bad reviews
or
a low Rotten Tomatoes score.
On
but
Voodoo?
Like, I love that movie. It's so good.
Let me see. Out Cold.
I don't care what anybody says. That will always be one of my favorite
good movie.
Movies.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, 8%. But then what's the other one? What's the popcorn one?
Oh, is that...
that got 84%.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know the other one.
Yeah,
what the other like rating system is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie.
That's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, whatever. Especially with older movies, though, I'm like,
that's true. But
you
this
guys in your new age voting. You probably weren't even alive when this movie came out. Shut up.
God. But no, so The Housemaid got very good reviews from what I saw.
Oh, good.
So yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So The Housemaid is a tense and visually striking psychological drama that explores power, class, and desire within an ultra-wealthy household. Now, let me go back real quick. So I'm going to do a brief, general description of the film, and then talk about some key moments, and then we'll see what you thought, right? We'll go from there. So the film follows a young woman who takes a job as a housemaid for a seemingly perfect family, only to become entangled in a world of subtle manipulation, unspoken rules, and underlying tension. With its slow burn pacing and elegant cinematography, the movie creates an unsettling atmosphere that keeps you constantly on edge. It's less about overt action and more about emotional undercurrents, making it a compelling watch for anyone who enjoys layered storytelling and morally complex characters. Now, here are some key parts of the film. These are where the major spoilers come in. So I've already said that twice.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, go fucking see it.
Yeah, nobody better bitch about spoilers.
Yes, because we're about to fucking talk about it. This is all the key moments from the fucking film, right? So this is for people that have seen it and don't mind the spoilers. Right?
Yeah.
So the first one, Nina's unpredictable behavior. Nina, the wife, played by Amanda
Seyfried.
There you go. Initially comes across as unstable and emotionally volatile. She lashes out, creates uncomfortable situations, and seems irrational. This builds the illusion that she's the primary threat, keeping both Millie, played by Sweeney, and the audience on edge. Next one, Andrew's perfect husband persona. Andrew, the husband, played by Brandon Sklenar, I think, appears calm, charming, and reasonable, the complete opposite of Nina. He positions himself as the victim of Nina's behavior and slowly builds trust with Millie. This dynamic is critical because it sets up a major shift later in the story. The next one. The big reveal, the role reversal. One of the most important twists is that Nina isn't the real villain. Andrew is. His calm demeanor hides a deeply controlling and abusive personality. Nina's erratic behavior is actually a result of being manipulated and trapped. The next one, this was pretty fucking trippy to me, is the locked room in control. The locked room in the house becomes symbolic of Andrew's control. It represents secrets, confinement, and the way he isolates and dominates the women in his life. This is a reoccurring tension point throughout the film. Millie's past and survival instincts. Millie isn't as helpless as she seems. Her past, including time in prison, which I think was like 10 years, reveals she's capable of violence and survival. This becomes crucial as she starts to recognize Andrew's true nature and shifts from victim to someone willing to fight back. The final confrontation. The climax revolves around Millie turning the tables on Andrew. Instead of being another victim, she uses what she's learned and her own dark past to outmaneuver him. The power dynamic flips completely. The ending message. The ending leans into a darker, more modern theme. Sometimes survival means becoming just as dangerous as the people trying to control you. So what did you think?
I thought it was really good. Honestly, I don't know why the fuck I was so surprised by like the big twist in it.
Really?
Like while like I said, I've read her books before. So
they're all along this theme.
So I should know better. Well, they all like she's just a really good author.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of a big thing with her books is that there'll be like a big twist. Or there's always just something that like you didn't see coming or whatever.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah, she has some really good books. So that's why I'm saying that now that I was listening to you kind of like retell some of that stuff, I'm like, duh. Of course, like you should have known. But
didn't.
Still, I mean, and even when I'm reading the books and stuff, like I always know, like, okay, I know there's going to be something, but what is it? And I still never know what it is. Like when it happens, I'm like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming.
But also, if you can predict it, it's
that
not,
ruins it.
It ruins it for me. Yeah, exactly.
So, but no, it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot. So I had actually seen a clip on TikTok that was like, it was the clip of Amanda Seyfried when she was sitting in the car and she was screaming and then she starts laughing.
Yeah.
And in the video, it made it seem like that was the end of the movie. So when we were watching it and it got to that part, I was like, I don't I don't understand how this is the end.
Because you thought it was going to be the end.
Yeah, okay. And then, like, remember we stopped there it, like and we were like, holy shit, there's still like an hour left. And so I was like, oh my God, where is this going to go? Like, what's going to happen?
I did love that part, though, because they played it off very well, because that scene right there where Nina's in the car and she gets kicked out, they play it off very well, because the first part of it seems like she's breaking down, like she's mad.
Yeah.
But then, and I had my suspicion about that part when we saw it first. I was like, is she going to like... I thought she was going to like start to laugh in that first scene, but they don't do that. They cut it right there and they cut to another scene and then they come back and then she starts laughing.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So when they like went back and retold it and everything like that, I was like, oh my.
From like her perspective.
All
it goes
of it.
From Millie to Nina.
Like piecing everything together. Honestly.
It was so good.
I kind of want to go read the book now still. Even after watching the movie, now that I know what happens.
Good.
I still want to go read it because it just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Just
you could.
Make your way through.
I prefer the movies.
Don't know.
So
I know.
This is me. But yeah, this was a wild story.
Yeah,
it had
I really
crazy
liked
manipulation.
I think that there's like 2 more after that book, so there should be more movies coming. I would think so. If this one did really good, I would hope that there's gonna be more.
I didn't get any. So this is one thing that I don't do very well that you do for a lot of like your documentaries and stuff, or even like movies that you cover or whatever, is you do like the additional research to see like how it did in the box office and stuff.
Okay.
I didn't do that for this.
Oh no, I
don't know. I mean, it got good reviews from what I saw, but I don't know how it did in the box office. But that would make sense because, and this is one of the notes I have, is it gave me very what was it? The Equalizer feels. Do you remember those movies?
Kind of.
Where it's like a vigilante.
Yep.
The fuck's his name?
Denzel,
yeah. Denzel.
Oh, sorry. Denzel.
There you go. Okay. He's basically a vigilante. He's basically a fucking Batman, right? And that's kind of what she's doing. Which it would be very interesting because and this is something I want to talk about last night, but I wanted to wait, is the story. It's a great story. Don't get me wrong. I want to preface it with that, right? It was a great story. Love the movie. I would actually watch it again. But one thing that didn't make sense to me is how they can move forward, right? Because it ends with another spouse, an abused spouse that seems like she got Millie's name from Nina, right? And she brought her in to be a live-in housemaid, right? And she hints at the fact that she's being abused. And
there's a bruise on her arm.
Yep, and she reaches for the knife and she's playing with it, talking about her husband and how he can be difficult. So it's pointing, and then she even says that Nina told me that you could help me. So can you help me, right? It's a great story, and that's kind of where the Equalizer thing comes in, the vigilante. However, one thing that I was thinking about last night if we watched it was that can't go on very long.
Yeah.
Especially in the same town.
There's only so many times
soon as you come in the house,
going to drop dead, and then they're going to be like...
Yeah. Every time you come in, a month later, the husband dies. You can only do that like once, maybe twice. Maybe twice.
Twice, they're probably like, ooh.
So that's my only issue with the film. Other than that, even with that, it's still a great film, great story. I would love to see where the books go or even like future films. But, and even like, I mean, you can't really nitpick like that either because there's a lot of great movies that just aren't realistic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like you'd almost have to look at it like that in order to enjoy it. Otherwise, you're like, that's not real.
Exactly. Like even like, you know, you look at like Marvel or superheroes and like,
oh God,
you know what I mean? Like those are, you know what I mean? But this, it makes it seem like that this could actually happen. This does happen, right? This manipulation and kind of abuse and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. They're always a pillar of the society.
Exactly, right.
Of the community, I guess I should say.
Yeah, the community, exactly.
Pillar of the community.
So other than that, though, that's not even an issue, really. It's just something that I noticed. I was like, well, if you're gonna do this again, and it's the same PD, it's the same police.
They're gonna play that out.
I don't know. I'm definitely interested, though. I would definitely watch it. Because if this becomes like an Equalizer, this could become like an Equalizer franchise kind of thing. If they do it right.
I'm pretty sure there's 3 books. Yeah, so there's at least, trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. So that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be interesting.
I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. So there was even because I was gaming while we were watching it, and there was even points where I pushed my computer to the side and I was like, I need to see what's going on here.
I was gaming too, and I paused my game.
Yeah.
I wasn't even when we were watching that, I wouldn't even, because sometimes I play online games, so I have to focus, right?
Yeah.
But with this movie, I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave this. Because I couldn't focus on both.
Yeah, because really something would happen and I'd be like,
yeah,
hold up.
There was some wild shit. What was your favorite part from the movie, from what you remember?
Oh God, if
I haven't already mentioned it.
My favorite part?
I have mine.
Ooh, I don't know if there's one single. I mean, I really liked how they went back and showed Nina's side of it, later on, how they played it all out one way. I like that twist in there. So I guess it wasn't one specific scene, but I do like how they went back and kind of they piece everything together from the different
viewpoints.
Stuff.
You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was super creative.
I like movies like that where it pieces things together and you're
exactly.
Yeah.
It really creates a much broader picture.
Yeah,
and you can see multiple angles.
Yeah, I just get so bored with movies that are really predictable. So when it's something like that I'm like, oh my God, let me watch this and see. I need to make sure I don't miss something.
Exactly.
So and that doesn't happen a whole lot. Honestly, there's a lot of movies where I'm like, I already fucking know this is gonna.
Yeah, this is not one of those movies.
This wasn't one of them.
This was kind of in that regard, it was kind of like Identity.
A little bit.
Different viewpoints and different kind of, what I mean? Mm-hmm. A drastically different story.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, all the different I like things like that.
That's considered the cinematography, right?
I don't know.
Or is that just the actual, how they shot it? I don't know the difference.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know.
Regardless, though, it was great storytelling.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when Millie locks, what was it, Andrew? Mm-hmm. Andrew in the attic, and then brings up the kitchenware. Or the plates.
Oh, yeah.
The mom's that's his treasured stuff. Mm-hmm. I love that scene because she really shows how cold-blooded she is. Because not only does she go at what he cares about, one of the things he cares about the most, which is taking care of his mother's things, which is the, what is that called? Not kitchenette stuff.
The china.
China, there you go. Yeah, the china. So she starts breaking it. But within that same scene, she goes at another thing that he loves and that his mom loves, which is his fucking smile.
Yep, that too.
And she forces him to
pull out one of it.
If you want me to stop breaking all this china, then you got to pull out a tooth.
Yeah.
So she's fucking up the china.
I think it was in order to get out that she made him pull out his tooth.
I think it was twofold though, is for her to stop because he was begging her to stop breaking the china.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I'll do anything. I'll do fucking anything.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'll make a deal with you. Pull out your tooth or whatever. And then when he does, and then he does it, and then he's like, let me out. She's like, oh, what did she say? I'll come back in the morning.
Something like that. But then I think when she finally got out and she locks him in there and all that stuff, she's like, I need a fucking sandwich. She just goes downstairs. I'm like, yeah, I would probably do the same thing. I'd be like, you just... I know where you're at. You just go fucking sit there for a minute. But
there's a camera in there. You can just watch him.
I mean, yeah. It was a good twist. Yes. I liked it a lot.
But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I mean, obviously listening to this, hopefully you have fucking seen it, right? But definitely recommend the movie to people because it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's available on Vudu, I know for sure. That's where we watched it. I don't think it's anywhere else.
I don't know if it's streaming anywhere else.
I don't know. It's probably going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple months to get to other streaming services.
Google it. It'll come up somewhere.
There you go. All right, time for our first Am I the Asshole? So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Not Relinquishing My Apartment? My parents divorced when I was young, and my dad got remarried. Circumstances led to us being estranged for some time due to their actions. My dad makes lots of money, but did not want to contribute to child support or me and my brother's education, so my mom paid for it mostly. I moved away to complete an arts degree. There was an emergency in my student housing, and I was spending my money from part-time jobs on living expenses. Long story short, I became temporarily homeless during the last year of my bachelor's degree, and my options were to stay in the city, homeless, or forfeit my degree and move home, although I was 6 months away from being done. So I became homeless. Eventually, my place became livable again, and I completed my degree. My dad, who makes a considerable amount of money, knew to some degree I was homeless and did not offer any support. Fast forward 2 years. I moved home and worked 2 full-time jobs to be able to go for a clinical graduate program that is very competitive and got an apartment. How that becomes relevant now is my dad is asking if his partner can stay in my apartment because she has a family member in the hospital nearby, although I am living there and completing my master's. I have tried to set boundaries, but they continue to ask and degrade my financial decisions of continuing to pay for my apartment when I'm going home to work for the summer. They have more than enough money for a hotel and have went on 2 overseas vacations in the past 2 months. In my 7 years doing my education, they never came to visit me, although I have been less than 4 hours away the whole time. This is all bringing up a lot of feelings for me, alongside a lot of sexism and preferential treatment growing up that resulted in undue blame and poor treatment towards me. Am I the asshole for not letting them or wanting them to stay at my apartment?
No, I wouldn't even want to talk to them, let alone have them in my space. I probably would have stopped talking to them a long time ago, honestly. I've stopped talking to people for less.
I mean, but, that's fair. That's fair. And definitely if it is true that that he knew that you were homeless.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have the fucking audacity to come to me for fucking help?
Yeah, I would immediately be like, you clearly have enough money. Go rent a hotel room or like get an Airbnb or who cares? I don't. Figure it out.
Yeah. And I think this is a classic case, and we talk about it all the fucking time. But this is a classic case of family members thinking they have some kind of fucking control over you. Like,
well, that it doesn't even make sense because you've been so absent. So like, there's just it doesn't even. It doesn't even make sense at all. Like, I don't even see it being like they have control. I think that they're trying to like bulldoze you and like get you to do whatever they want you to do. But no, I don't think, but I don't know. I guess when I say a sense of control is that like they think that they can make you do whatever. I think in this case, they're trying to persuade you. But either way, I think that because he's been absent, like it's weird to me that he's even like asking you anything at all.
I think the pre-existing relationship, how I look at it is the pre-existing relationship. So like having that, like, okay, you are my parent or whatever, you know what I mean? And that somehow they feel entitled or they feel like they have some kind of power over you, especially. And I think it's even more so with this scenario, because like, how in the fuck do you have the audacity to think that you have any fucking say whatsoever?
That's where I would come in. Like, where have you been?
I don't fucking care. You're not going to be here though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This would be like a non-conversation for me because I mean, like I said, we probably wouldn't even be talking. But since you are, you're not the asshole. And definitely hold your ground. And I don't know what else besides that. Like,
one thing I found interesting about this is this sentence is right here. My dad makes a lot of money, but did not want to contribute to child support or me and my brother's education. So my mom paid for it mostly. That's up to a court.
Definitely.
I don't give a fuck what you feel like doing.
I think it's crazy how he got away with that. I don't know.
I'm assuming the mom just didn't. She was probably just a very proud mom.
Well, maybe? If he had the money to pay for like the lawyer and everything like that, if he wanted to drag it out in court and she didn't have the money to pay for it, then she could have easily walked away and been like, fine, fuck it. Then I'm not asking you for anything. You don't get any right. Or, it could have been anything like that.
But I think if they win though, then there's some lawyers that operate off of like, if you win, then I get paid kind of thing. I don't know though. Maybe that's something that you could look into.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways.
But the thing is like that right there is, that, like I said, that would have been enough for me to be like, I don't even know why we're having this conversation because
we wouldn't even be having this.
You're not present. you don't really get any authoritative role in my life anyway. So I don't know.
How do you get the fucking audacity to ask me for a favor when you haven't done shit for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is probably the same person that's been like, well, you are where you are because of me kind of thing.
In spite of you, like, maybe.
Get the fuck out. What have you done to get me to this point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely nothing.
You've not been around,
because
so
you were there.
Have any.
I was born.
You don't have anything to contribute. No. You haven't been contributing in any way. So, like, I just. There's so much of this that I'm like, well, no. So your verdict is not the asshole, obviously. Yeah, no.
I got the top 3 comments, literally the top 3 that I picked. So no, I'm sorry, that won't work for me. Please don't ask again. Done. I would even go even farther and be like, don't contact me again, like we had said.
Yeah.
But done. And if they do ask again, block them. They don't deserve your concern or another second of your time, not the asshole. Yeah. Second one is, he didn't offer any help when you were completing a degree homeless and now reaches out to save a couple $100. This is a new level of cheap I didn't think was humanly possible, not the asshole.
Yeah.
The last one, my favorite, give him the address of the homeless shelter where you stayed. Say that it is lovely, suitable place, and you live there for a while.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Go fucking stay there. Leave it at that. Yeah. I had to stay there. Your partner can go stay there. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just my personality, but I've just always had that kind of mentality in that regard.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, you don't get to abandon your parental responsibilities and then pop up when it's suitable for you.
Ask for a favor.
And then I'm supposed to respect you like a parent.
Get the fuck
You're
out of
a
here.
stranger.
Yeah.
Go away.
I would change my number.
Probably.
Or just block you. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
I'd
be like, I just,
block you on everything.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's get into some Rant or Rave. Ooh. I decided to make this one kind of go along with the Housemaid theme.
Oh.
Yeah, try to make it a little interesting. Yeah, without getting too dark. You know what
okay.
I mean? You know the deal. You get 4 choices, and we'll see which ones you want to rant or rave about. This week, we got trusting the nice person too quickly. Live-in jobs, nanny, maid, caretaker, etc. People with a dark past deserve second chances. Power imbalance in relationships. We're getting real on this one.
It's a lot. I want to talk about all of them.
We can.
Ooh, what was number 1 again?
Trusting the nice person too quickly. And I have examples for each one.
Yeah, what do you mean? What are your examples?
So the rants, an example rant would be people fall for calm, charming personalities way too easily without questioning motives. A rave would be sometimes people are just genuinely kind. Don't overcomplicate everything.
You should always be wary.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's good to like feel people out for a while. You can't just trust them right off the bat.
I mean, there's definitely a reason why so many... How do I word this? Why so many bad things can happen to good people, good trusting people.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, because like somebody seems trusting, you get in their vehicle or you go somewhere with them or whatever, right? And then they turn out to be a fucking predator or whatever, right? It's the nice people that get away with that. You're not gonna go, into an alley with a fucking weirdo.
Exactly.
Right? It's gonna be somebody that it comes off trustworthy and nice and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's dangerous.
So yeah, definitely don't just go trusting any Joe Schmo.
And anybody that's overly friendly, just too friendly, that's a red flag to me.
Or if they're like a little bit too inquisitive, that's one that I don't like.
That's true. Yeah.
If I notice that you're asking an awful lot of questions.
Exactly.
Trying to gather some intel.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Exactly.
Well, I already started building your RICO case.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm watching you, bitch.
RICO case. So this would be a rant for you.
That would be a rant. Yep. What was number 2?
Oh, God. Live-in jobs, nanny, maid, caretaker, etc. Do you want the examples for this as well?
Sure.
Or do you have something?
Sure.
So example rant would be being trapped where you work blurs boundaries and can become toxic fast. A rave would be, for some people, it's a great opportunity. Housing plus income plus stability.
I see both sides. I think that it needs to be a very like ironclad kind of situation.
Boundary driven.
Yeah, like everybody needs to be very clear on where the boundaries are, very open communication. There needs to be like a contract in place, things like that. But yeah, it does get very risky. It can very easily get into like being overworked and, you know, crossing those like professional, personal boundaries and things like that.
Case in point is Housemaid.
Yeah.
Because they have a very good agreements, right, at the beginning, but then it drastically changes, like very, very quickly.
Yeah. I feel like if I was an employee, I don't think I would like it. I don't want to live where I work. And as somebody that would be hiring the person for the service or whatever, I don't think I would be comfortable having somebody living in my home like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I feel like I like the idea of it and being like, oh my God, yes, then all this stuff could just be taken care of and blah, 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 blah. But like, I just don't like that because I know how easily you can get those blurred lines and I just don't even want to. Nah, I don't even want to chance it.
I agree for the most part, but my only caveat, because when we were watching the movie, I think I even made the comment, like, I fucking love this idea. Like, this would be great to have.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But one point, though, is that, like, I from a, like, employee standpoint, is I could see how you could feel that you're always on the clock.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But the other caveat, though, is not only having, like, an ironclad agreements, right? But also a casita or a guest house.
That would make it better.
That would be drastically different for me because it would be a hard no if it was the same dwelling or same house.
Yes.
Because then, like, you know, there's things I don't know that you just don't want somebody else in the house for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would feel weird having somebody else in the house full time.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that like I would be very uncomfortable, like having them in the same house, like, you know, if you want to be intimate,
yeah, right?
Or then like walk around without a bra. Exactly. Sometimes I don't like to wear clothes that I would wear out in public, and if the public is in my house, because I'm sorry, that's what you are. Like,
yeah, 100%.
And then I can't be comfortable. And then also like where there was one part where she walked out in a towel after taking a shower.
Yeah,
like even little things like that. That's like, oh God, I'm so embarrassed, but also, you know, like it's just. It's very easy to blur those lines and things like that. And so if you have your own like guest house and stuff, then at least we don't have to worry about that aspect of it. Yeah. We can like have our own private dwellings at night and like early in the morning or whatever, you know.
I would even say like having, I don't know, a part of this ironclad agreement could be like you don't even get a key to the house and we don't get a key to your house kind of thing.
Something like that.
You know what I mean? Like have
or like we
those
would have
boundaries.
Like regular working hours. Yeah. So like I would expect you to like have access to the house from like 9 to 9 or I don't fucking know.
But I'm saying if it's locked, like, you know, you're done for the day or whatever, we lock the doors.
Exactly.
Then you can't get in. You can't just walk in.
And well, also if we're living in the same house, I don't want to feel like I have to keep tabs on you, and I don't want you to feel like I'm keeping tabs on you.
Yes.
So if you're in and out of the house and stuff, I don't want to feel like, oh, where you going? What you doing?
Exactly.
But then, and you know, and like, it's an awkward dynamic because when people come and go and you like don't say anything, I feel like that's weird too.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, if I don't feel like I can have that open communication without it feeling intrusive, then I don't really need you in my space like that. So,
and also like, I don't know, the trust. Another thing though is like the trust between the two parties, because like even if you have like your own like, you know, guest house or whatever, who are your friends? They're not coming on the property.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Who are you associating with? Yeah. What if you do have a key to the house? What if you lose it? Now the whole house is compromised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that need to be kind of ironed out
before
you do something like this. But the convenience of having somebody to help with fucking, especially like a big house.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't know if I would have enough peace of mind to like make it worth everything else.
I suppose.
I don't know. It would take a lot for me to be comfortable with somebody like.
So you prefer somebody that doesn't live on the property, essentially?
Ideally,
okay,
yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So even if they did have like a key or something, you know, like I don't know, but still like, okay, well, if we have like a cleaner come by, then like, okay, well, we know that they're coming like Monday, Wednesday, Friday between like 9 and noon, or like something like that. Right, that I would be more comfortable with that.
I wouldn't give them a key. I would let you in.
I mean, either that,
because that's even more of a vulnerability, because now that person, so at least somebody that's on the property, you can kind of like, not to sound shitty, manage is the wrong word, but you can monitor, I guess. Yeah. Without being too shitty about it. Monitor it a lot more closely. Yeah. You know what I mean? Than somebody that's just like, here, take my key and then just go out into the world. I guess,
but that's what I'm saying is
Are you making copies of the key? Is somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like then that's a huge vulnerability to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think a key should be given at all.
That's fair.
Because then you actually know for sure that your house is actually, the worst thing you can do is give them a key and a fucking security code to your fucking your alarm, your security system, because like that's now you here's everything. Agree. Here's everything,
Yeah.
So
I think that would definitely be a rant for me on both sides of it. I don't want to do that.
That's fair.
What was the third one?
People with dark past deserve second chances.
Depends on what you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean though? Because Millie murdered somebody.
She murdered him for good reason.
We only know that because we saw that. But if you know that somebody did 10 years in prison for murdering somebody and you don't know all the other specifics.
That's why I'm saying it depends.
What you did.
It would depend on, it would depend on the situation.
You don't always get that side though.
No, you don't always get that side, but that's why it's not, it's a very gray area. There's no.
Can be, yeah.
I mean, I think it just is because like, it just depends on what they did. I don't know.
That's fair, yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying
Especially
to think
if you did something to a child.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're a chomo, there's no coming back from that. I'm not going to even like,
yeah, of course.
You don't get a chance. But if it's like on Horrible Bosses, when he just peed in a park at night when he was drunk and he had to be put on the list like that, I would be like, that sucks. Yeah, I understand.
That sucks.
We're going to be careful about how we associate, but I get it.
But even in the case of Millie too. Millie, she killed somebody because he was raping a teenager.
Yeah, a girl that they were like classmates and stuff. Yep. So yeah, that's the case. We're like that. I would be like, oh, you're cool.
100%.
I'm not worried about it because I'm not a raper. So I'm not scared.
That's true.
I'd be like, you're someone I want on my team, actually. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried about that. If you murdered somebody because they like flipped you off in traffic, then that's a problem.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, if you killed someone just for funsies, then obviously that's not good. But if you did it in self-defense, then I want to hear that story.
So it drastically depends.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different areas. Yeah.
Okay. But what if you couldn't find out? That's the stipulation with this right here. Is that you don't know what the offense is. You just know somebody has a dark past. They're super protective of it.
Well, I reserve the right to be protective of myself as well. And if I don't feel like I can trust you because I don't know what you're about and you're not willing to share that with me, then I guess we're just not going to get close.
That actually brings up the rave because your past actions matter. Trust should be earned, not assumed.
Yeah. So like, I understand that like everybody has a past. Shit happens. Sometimes like it's not good. But if you're not... I don't know. Like if you just give off like really like kind of
sketchy vibes,
sketchy vibes, like very secretive and like I don't know. That's like I don't like that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
that's just how I'm gonna look at you, just like that.
That makes sense. Like the last one is power. This is probably the most interesting to me. Power and balance in relationships. Do you want the examples?
Yes.
Okay, so the rant would be when one person has all the control, money, status, leverage, it's rarely healthy. And then the rave would be some imbalance is natural. It's how people handle it that matters.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they're both true.
Okay. Which way would you lean though? The reason why I found it interesting, that this topic was interesting, not only does it go along with the Housemaid kind of theme, right? But also there are a lot of times where like it's hinted at, or women even say, or whoever the significant other is, partner or whatever, likes to be controlled or told what to do, or like kind of a submissive kind of thing or whatever, right? But there has to be a line.
I think that
right, because then the line is very thin, or gray area, whatever you want to call it, because you have that kind of mentality where they like to be submissive and told what to do or whatever, right? But then that can very easily go over to the housemaid situation, where like now all the controls with this one person, and now they're being abusive.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, there is going to be some like natural imbalance within, like the different personalities and stuff like that, I guess. I think it shouldn't always be one person has more power than the other, though. Like if there's going to be an imbalance, then it needs to be like a shifting imbalance, you know what I mean?
No, I do. Absolutely.
Or even like sometimes there is balance, and then other times like, it just depends on what you guys are going through. But yeah, obviously if it's just one person that always has the power, then that's not good. That's very quickly going to become abusive. And I think it's more likely that that's the point in situations like that, because if you're recognizing that you have the majority of the power and you don't want it to be an abusive situation, then you take the steps to make sure that you're restoring that balance.
That makes sense. I would also say that there's a drastic difference between behind closed doors and out in public, because I would say that the power balance should be a lot more equal. And if it's not, you need to fix it. Whoever has the more power, if you will, either money, status, or leverage, whatever, should do a lot more to bring that person to the same kind of power, status, whatever, right? But behind closed doors, if one person likes to be, I guess, the submissive or whatever.
Mean, if that's
one thing, right? And then that's because like, in like a, I guess, traditional relationship, you can call it, right?
Yeah,
Man
with
and
like
woman.
the trad wives and shit like that. But even
what does that mean? What is a trad wife?
So in like that situation where it's like, oh, the man goes out and makes all the money and the woman just stays home and takes care of the house and the kids and everything else, and
Trad is like traditional.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, even in situations like that where if it works great and you guys go about it as a team, then yeah, that's great. But if you find yourself in a situation where like you can easily be cut off, then that's a huge power imbalance, and that's not good.
And like I said, I think it's up to the person that has the more power, if you will, to bring that other person up to it, right?
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's really where the power imbalance needs to be corrected.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that doesn't always happen. And that's what I was saying is that it seems like in cases where there is such a huge imbalance, that's intentional. That doesn't just happen by accident.
Because like in that argument for like money, right? The only reason that you would have that imbalance is if one person said, "Okay, this is my money, that's your money," and then one person makes more money. Yeah. The easy way to correct that is just it's our money. It's the same pot.
I mean, yeah, definitely. But if you're gonna constantly hold it over the other person's head, then So yeah, definitely. If you're gonna depends on how you react to it.
Status is complicated for me just because like I think of like a somebody that's well known, either somebody that's like in I don't know, like a movie star, Hollywood, or like they're in Congress or what, like they're a well-known person, right? It will be very hard to kind of correct that status or leverage, right?
Yeah.
But you can still do things to make it a level playing field because you're seen in public as a team, right? You operate as a team, right? So that would be an easy way to correct that imbalance. So I would argue that the power imbalance in relationships doesn't really need to even be in existence. It doesn't need to exist. You can easily correct that.
I mean, yeah, it's easier said than done.
United front.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Why? Why do you say that?
Well, because that's just not realistic. It's not easy to just be like, oh yeah, we can fix it. Like I said, a lot of times when there is such a huge imbalance, it's intentional.
Well, that's what I mean is it's easy to fix that. Whether or not you want to is a different topic altogether. But it'd be very easy to fix that imbalance because it really just takes you to be a united front and a team, right? If somebody wants to have that power imbalance, then they absolutely can. But that's just toxic as fuck, I would say.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying is that the only way to like fix it would be to separate from the dynamic altogether. When, in the more extreme cases,
separate altogether.
Like to not be in a couple anymore.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. But I think like a healthy relationship, it'd be easy to fix that. If there was kind of some kind of power imbalance seen by one side, I think you could easily squash that. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I just don't.
Like, can you stop calling it your money?
I don't necessarily equate power imbalance with healthy couple. Like that's not the same.
It should be level.
No, I know, but that's what you're talking about this as if it's like a healthy couple that's having just like a disagreement about something. Or as I'm talking about it, like being a fundamental like power struggle.
No, right. And I'm saying that if one person doesn't know that it's there and then one person feels very strongly that like, that there is a power imbalance, they could do things to correct that if it was a healthy relationship. Yeah,
definitely address it.
But then in circumstances or scenarios like the Housemaid, where there is no question. You know what I mean? Like there is no like fixing this. Like I have all the power.
Well, yeah, because she ends up like getting stuck in it.
Exactly.
But yeah,
that's one thing. Like what you're saying is like there is no fixing it.
Yeah,
like, this is a fucking toxic relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But like if you just take in a healthy relationship, nothing like fucking the Housemaid. Well, you can do things to kind of correct that imbalance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was the last one.
Okay.
Are you ready to move on? Okay. All right. Time for our next Am I the Asshole? So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Friend's Bride He Recycled My Vows? I think this one's going to get pretty gnarly on the socials because this had Reddit fucking split. Yeah. This one gets pretty wild.
Wow.
So am I the asshole for telling my friend's bride he recycled my vows? I was the best man at my friend's wedding last weekend. We go way back. We've been buddies since high school, and we did all the stupid stuff together before adulthood hit. His wife seems like a lovely person as well, but we didn't know each other until much later on, so it really comes down to him and me. About a month before the wedding, we're at his bachelor party, buzzed off some beers, scarfing down some wings, singing awful karaoke, and somehow he managed to ask me if I still had my wedding vows saved somewhere. I said, yeah, I probably do, and asked why. He said he knows what he feels for his fiance, but has trouble putting it into words. So he wanted a little inspo from mine because he remembered them being good. And okay, I understood and could appreciate that. Weddings are stressful. Plus, it was less than 4 weeks out at that point, so it was last minute, and he was probably panicking. I pulled up my notes app, scrolled down, found my vows to my wife, and handed him my phone for him to look at them. I assumed he would use general concepts, which would be fine, and that was that. Fast forward to the wedding before the ceremony, I check in with him and ask if everything is all right, especially with the vows. He says, yeah, man, don't worry about it. Turns out I actually had a lot to worry about. So then the big moment comes. He's standing there with everyone watching, and he starts reciting his vows. At first, I recognized that maybe some phrasing was similar, but shrugged it off. Then my whole lines, word for word, pretty much verbatim phrasing from my vows years ago. More and more, they kept coming. There was a pit in my stomach, and I couldn't just ignore it. I didn't say anything aloud in the moment, as I would never interrupt mid-vow. Afterward, I pulled his wife aside quietly, fully prepared for however awkward it may be, and told her the truth, that he literally used exact lines of my vows. I have no idea if he took a pic of them on his own phone or what. She froze up, and I mean, I could see the hurt sink in on the poor girl's face. She's not leaving him or anything, but she is very, very pissed, to put it lightly. He claims he didn't realize he copied them. It must have been subconscious, like reading them made them stick in his mind, and somehow that reflected in his vows. And then he goes, I owed him loyalty first, not her, and I shouldn't have said anything, especially on that night. I found it a bit hypocritical to mention loyalty as someone who stood there marrying someone else, leading them to think those words were all original from his heart. So again, am I the asshole for telling my friend's bride he recycled my vows?
You both suck.
Okay, why?
God. Oh, you guys are shit, both of you. Yeah, he sucks for recycling those vows. If I was his wife, I would have been fucking furious. Like, okay. I'm not, okay, fine. All right, I won't go into a tangent about that.
You can.
I mean, just, how... It's not that hard to say how you feel about somebody, like, or even if you were struggling to put it into words or something like that, you could have easily been like, oh, your vows were so good, and like, I feel like this, I just don't know how to say it, and da 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 da. Like, you could have done anything. All it takes is a little bit of effort. If I, as the bride, I don't know how much effort they put into their wedding or anything like that, assuming it was quite a lot. If I put in all this effort into our wedding and you can't even write down how you fucking feel about me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bitch.
That's fair. Yeah.
What? Like, that's literally, I would.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially like, I could see, this would be a whole different topic, if it was like last second, you didn't have vows for whatever circumstance and you couldn't think of anything, I guess maybe. But like, this is 4 weeks out, which I know OP says that that's last minute. You still have 4 weeks to write something.
I feel like we wrote our vows like a few days before our wedding. Yeah. But I'm just saying. Like I said, when you actually like the person that you're marrying, it shouldn't be very hard to talk about why you love them and like them and want to marry them and spend the rest of your life with them.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
That's true.
What was the second thing I was going to say? I don't even fucking remember anymore. That made me so mad.
Maybe telling the wife on the wedding day?
There it is. Yep, that's why you suck. Why would you do that?
It's a valid question.
Why?
Why
like,
that day? Why? Why at all? I would say.
That's what I'm saying. I probably wouldn't have said anything at all. I would have said something to my friend and been like, dude, like, you couldn't have come up with some shit on your own. I definitely would have like shamed my friend on like privately between the two of us. Yeah, I don't think that I would have. I absolutely 100% would not have said anything on the wedding day. You douche. God, you're such a dick.
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm sorry, but if you think somebody's stealing your vows is more important than like the whole wedding, come on. You made it worse.
And like you like, this wasn't even like a casual, like you just so happened to run into her and then it just came up in conversation. You pulled her aside
and told on her wedding day and said, hey, the guy that you just married, he pulled that shit right out of my phone. He didn't mean a lick of it.
I don't know what your goal was here. I don't know what the intent was.
Yes, please explain to me how you foresaw the remainder of that day going after you just fucking crushed the bride right after she said her vows.
Yeah.
On this day that they've been planning for probably at least a year.
It doesn't say how long they've been planning. And I think that's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter.
It's a huge
the
event.
Fact that you did it on her wedding day. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
That's so fucked up.
So
you could have, all you had to do was shut up and like, wait.
Yeah. And you could have,
just wait.
like you had said, and that was my thought as well, is like, why wouldn't you just go to the friend?
Yeah.
And be like, dude, why, like,
Yeah.
You can never tell her that, like, you got this from me, because that's going to crush her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, let your friend know that he did something that was really fucked up. Don't let that be known by hurting her.
Yeah.
You did not have to do that. You both suck.
So your verdict is?
Everybody sucks here.
Everybody sucks here? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Obviously not the bride, just the groom and the...
Best man?
Best man, yeah.
Was he the best man? Is that what you said?
OP is the best man.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to hear what Reddit had to say?
Yes.
Opinions seem to be very mixed on this one. Very, very mixed. But I pulled the first three. So the first one is, you're the asshole. Maybe he shouldn't have stolen the vows, but you really thought it was a good idea to tell this poor woman on her wedding day. It couldn't have waited. I can't see what you hope to have gained from telling her then. Next one is, my jaw dropped at the point I realized you told her this on the wedding day. Good Lord, everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
Last one is, obviously everyone sucks here, but you more so. Your issue was with the groom / your friend, so why the fuck would any sane person go out of their way to ruin the wedding for the bride and then have the audacity to want credit for not interrupting them during the actual vows?
You might as well have just interrupted. Like, obviously that would have been significantly worse. But like, still, I'm sure in her mind, you might as well have, because now anytime that she thinks back to those vows, all she's going to think about is that they weren't real. Those weren't his words. He didn't actually feel that way about me.
And especially since you guys go so far back, because that's how you start this story, is you say that you go back to like high school and like you're the best man and
you guys are such close buddies, but you
went through all this stupid
out of
stuff
your
together.
way to hurt his wife on their wedding day.
Yeah, when
all you had to do was talk to him.
I think it was a bad judgment call. I don't think he wanted to do anything malicious. At least that's my thought process.
Whether you wanted to or not, you were thinking selfishly 100%. Yeah. You were absolutely thinking more about your own reaction to him using your vows than you were to the fact that he used them in his wedding to his wife. Yeah. Like, you inserted yourself in something that, like, you were used as a pawn in it, but like at the end of the day, she didn't have to be a part of it.
No, not at all.
Like, you ruined their fucking wedding day just because he used your vows.
But
like,
I think
that's so
you absolutely are correct though with the everyone sucks here.
Absolutely.
And even the other two posters on here, 2 of the 3 say everyone sucks here.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah. Oh, your friend's a fucking moron.
You're both pretty fucked up. And the groom probably just thought that, he's not going to say anything. Mm-hmm. You know, which, I mean.
He probably did. He was like, no, he's my bro. He won't rat me out.
Yeah. And then went straight to the bride.
If I was her, I would be fucking furious with both of you.
Probably, yeah.
Like, it would take a bit
the
for
groom
me
and
to
best
come.
man
Yeah.
are the assholes.
Yeah.
In this scenario.
I would be like, I'm pissed at both of you for the same thing, but also separately. And it's going to take a minute for me to not be, honestly. I would be very upset.
Yeah. I mean, as she should be.
Like, honestly, even if I found out now that like your vows were taken from somebody else, I would be like, what the fuck? I would be so upset.
Yeah. Also, like, what we did is we actually got our vows framed and we have them in our bedroom.
That's what I'm saying.
So, like, if this were the case, right, and like you stole them or whatever, right, and then you framed them, that's just a daily reminder of the lie.
Exactly.
Like, where did you see this going?
Smash that frame.
where did you see this going when you stole the vows?
That's what I'm saying. There's so much that, like, both of you were just acting so stupid and like.
And you put the bride directly in the middle, and she suffered more than anybody.
Oh God! You know what? Birds of a feather. No wonder you're fucking friends. You're both dumb.
Oh. God. All right, time for maybe it's not that bad. This one is about something that most people hate, but you actually don't mind, or you think wouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
And we're back to our theme.
Okay.
So this week we got being suspicious of perfect people, overthinking red flags, snooping when something feels off, quitting a job without notice.
I don't think any of those are that bad.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I really don't.
Okay.
We can go down the line.
Being suspicious of perfect people. Do you want the example, or you just want to run with it?
Sure.
Okay. So being suspicious of perfect people. Mm-hmm. Everyone hates the person who questions the nice guy, but sometimes that instinct is exactly what keeps you safe.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's been so many times that I've been like, I don't know what it is, but there's something. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something that, like, yeah, you're nice and all, but like, I'm fucking watching you.
Is it like a too perfect kind of thing, or just like a vibe, or what?
You just kind of get that like, like that's the feeling that I get on the inside. I fucking hate Tom Cruise.
I know.
Yes. Pretty much.
I think that's different than like being suspicious of perfect people. I don't know if that would qualify as like a perfect person. I would think more along the lines of like somebody that just looks like somebody you meet that's just like, it seems like they have everything. Like they have all the answers. They have a perfect life. They have all this stuff. I would look at that person.
Yeah, the person that's always like, oh yeah, I got you, buddy. I know something like that, or I can help you with that. I don't know. Like you're a little bit too eager.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Could
be. Got going on? Oh my God.
What about overthinking red flags? Do you want the description?
Sure.
Okay. People say you're paranoid, but ignoring your gut is how people end up in bad situations.
100%. That's exactly why I don't think that's bad at all. I think the second that you see a red flag, you should be like,
what kind of red flag?
Any kind of red flag.
What's an example? What's a red flag that you've seen out in the wild where you're like, minus Tom Cruise and his teeth. But what other red flags do you know of?
I'm trying to think. Sometimes it's just like, you can just make like kind of a snide comment that like, it might not seem like anything too deep, but like if it could even just be like the tone with which you make that comment.
Okay.
Or like the body language that goes along with it, you know?
Okay.
Like it's literally just any little thing like that where I'm like,
so reading people.
Got it.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where like literally what, like I made that joke earlier where I was like, oh, you're gathering intel. I'm over here building a RICO case. Yeah. 100%. If you say something that I'm like, oh, okay. Jotted down in my little my little notebook. And I'm like, I'll keep feeling things out a little bit, and then, let you feel nice and cozy, nice and comfortable so you can talk freely. You keep those comments coming.
Oh God.
Yeah. I wanna know what you're about so I can make a full judgment call.
Interesting.
Yeah.
With me, I wouldn't even get that far, honestly. Because like if there's a red flag, I'm immediately just put off, and I'm not even going to give you the time of day.
Yeah, That's obviously it depends how big the red flag is. If it's like a little thing where, like I said, if it's just a comment, I'll be like, oh, noted.
Yeah.
Okay. But obviously if it's like something bigger, then like I'll put my foot down and we will not interact anymore. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, like the body language, and that's probably the biggest part of it. Because I feel like that's more of when people are trying to be covert about shit. So, like, it doesn't necessarily like
the person that has the red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm not necessarily, like, concerned about the people that are just outright like, oh, I'm a shit person and I don't care. Like, whatever that means to you, take it however you'd like. Yeah. But the people that are loud about it, essentially, that like make it known what their intentions are or what they're about or something like that, then I'm like, okay, I know exactly what you're doing and I know to remove myself.
Right.
It's the people that try to act like it's one thing and then like they're working towards something else.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Then those are the ones that I'm like, those are the red flags that I take note of.
But even like this specifically, overthinking red flags, I think I would rather be overcautious than under. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like that can only, just in case something bad could have happened from that, interaction or whatever, right? At least you were overcautious. Like if something feels off, you got to trust that.
Oh yeah, but that's why depending on the severity or how big the red flag is, I might cut it off, or I might just wait around to see was I misunderstanding something?
Yeah, maybe.
Or is that what you're about?
I mean,
because
yeah.
There have been times when I'll admit I've definitely jumped to conclusions and been like, this fucking bitch, blah, 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 blah. Turns out I misunderstood something or whatever, fair.
Yeah,
and then there's other times where I've been like, did you? I don't know if they meant it like that. So and then turns out they definitely meant it like that.
Yeah, so you stick around a little longer to see.
Yeah, just to make sure. Like I said, just to make sure I can make a full judgment call.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna make sure I've got all my bases covered, so that if you try to act all crazy later, I can be like, actually, this is exactly why I'm not talking to you anymore. Yeah,
and that
Let me count the ways.
I think this even ties back into what was the other topic about people with a dark past deserve second chances. That was it. That kind of ties into this a little bit as well, because and I think we even covered a story, I mean, this was a while ago, but we covered a story kind of along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it was though, where it was forgiving somebody. Oh yeah, no. It was an ex. That's what it was. It was an ex that told the current girlfriend all these red flags about the current boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
And then that was the OP. The current girlfriend was the OP, and she was like, I don't know what to do with this because this is not the relationship, the interaction that we have. But this person is telling me the same thing. And that even more so could tie back to the Housemaid. Because that's exactly what happened in there.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In that kind of situation, because they had a good relationship, I would kind of keep that stuff that the ex said in the back of your mind. And if something comes up and you're like,
you start seeing that.
If this, start connecting those dots. Don't completely dismiss it because, she might be talking out of her ass, but she might also be trying to help you. So that's where you need to have your own. It's a good day to have some discernment.
Yeah, exactly. And if there are any red flags, the worst thing you can do is just ignore it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Yeah. The other one was snooping when something feels off.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how you're I don't know.
Do you want the example?
Yeah, what's off?
Yeah, privacy matters. But if your safety is on the line, is it really that crazy? So one example would be from The Housemaid again, is where when Nina and Andrew leave the house and Millie is still there and she goes through the what's it called?
Oh, the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, the medicine cabinet and sees a bunch of stuff and she starts looking it up oh, what the fuck is all this?
Like the medications and stuff?
Yeah, so snooping when something feels off, that's exactly what she did in the movie. She was snooping because it felt off and then she got some more information.
Yeah.
But come to find out, it wasn't not
all the way truthful.
We didn't understand exactly what was happening yet.
I don't know if I could say that it's always not that bad, I guess. Because
it's a tough line to draw.
Yeah.
When is it necessary and when is it
That's what I'm saying.
Aggressive.
It's definitely on a case-by-case basis. I don't think there's any hard line in the sand that you can draw of when it's good to snoop and when it's not.
Because what if you're wrong?
Yeah, but what if you find out some shit that you needed to know
that saves your life?
Yeah, or
But it also ties back to, I think this is one of the comments that I saw this past week. It went back to the USB killer thing. And that was snooping. The parents were snooping when they weren't supposed to. And someone even commented on that. They were like, well, I think you kind of misread the situation because there wasn't any kind of malicious intent from I think it was the OP at that point. I think they were the person. There wasn't any malicious intent coming from OP, but it was just unnecessary snooping coming from the parents.
Yeah.
So like that's one of those cases where like Millie and the medicine cabinet was a good call, but then the parents with the USB, where they came in, they took the USB and fucking plugged it in, and it killed their system.
Well, no, it was the friend that did it, but yeah.
Or the friend, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it was the friend that like they had the bag or something like that and started snooping through her shit. In that case, you got what you deserved. But yeah, I mean, if it's like, I'm just saying, if it's like in a case where like, yeah, someone's, you know, hiding something that like, if you think like your spouse is cheating or something, or you think that like your kids are like doing drugs or, you know, like things like that, obviously... Or you need to like ease your suspicions. But at the same time, like there's other times when it's like the USB thing where it's like, mind your fucking business. You don't need to be snooping at all.
But also, I mean, in a much more severe case, I don't know why this popped in my head, but one of the movies that we watched in the last couple months, if you're suspicious of like somebody that kidnapped somebody and like you think that this person might be in their basement.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And you do some snooping and like either you find something, right? Or you don't, and you're completely wrong. You know, that's another thing. Like what you're snooping may either save your life or somebody else's. Or
it'll get you locked in a basement. I don't know.
That's true.
Anything could happen.
So I think it's definitely, I would much rather, even like the overthinking red flags, I would rather overthink the red flags and keep like you and yours safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with the snooping. When something feels off, is like I would rather snoop and know for sure, even if something negative happens from it, at least I know.
Yeah, I think it's more so trying to find out for yourself and not what they tell you or, you know.
That's true, yeah.
So that's more so. Yeah, that's more so where I'm coming from, that it's not that bad, but I get cases where like it is.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think, yeah, probably more towards it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think so.
I agree. This one, I even brought this up early on in the movie. But this one was interesting to me. Quitting a job without notice. I said at the beginning of the movie that she should fucking run for the hills when Nina started losing her mind and everything. Obviously, it's good that movie didn't go in that direction.
Yeah, could have been done 5 minutes.
But in a real life scenario, right, if this was actually happening, I voted for her to fucking just go, right? But what do you think? Quitting a job without notice.
I don't see a problem with it at all. If you can be fired without notice, then they can figure it out when you quit without notice.
That's a great point. Even somebody that gives you an opportunity like this.
Yeah.
Minus the toxicity of it all, but just the opportunity to like the live-in nanny.
Yeah.
Housemaid.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have judged her for just quitting. Yeah, I don't think that there's any... I guess like the only scenario where it's like, okay, we probably shouldn't have done that is if it's like, you know, you're like in a caretaking position. Like if you're tasked with being responsible for like a child or an elderly person or someone who's like otherwise incapable of caring for themselves, that I'm like, okay.
That's a good point.
You're just walking away from this job, left somebody else incredibly vulnerable. You should not have done that at all.
That's a very legit line to draw.
Yeah, but that's like, I think the only case that I would like look twice at somebody that just, that I think that you know, sense. I would be like, why would you do that? But in any other situation, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But along the lines of, that's a good point. But this is definitely along the lines of like feels wrong or unsafe kind of thing, which would even further the point, like even more so. So this example is it's unprofessional in quotes, but if a situation feels wrong or unsafe, you don't owe anyone a 2-week warning.
Absolutely.
So not only like your point, but also like if you feel unsafe, like Millie, you get the fuck out of there.
I mean, yeah, you know? But even in like lesser, like not as extreme cases like that, like if shit's just not going good and you're not being treated as you should be or anything, like
it's true.
Leave.
Yeah, get the fuck
job
out of there. Yes,
I've done it and it was fine.
It was.
I bounced back, and I'm sure they did too. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't.
That's the thing, though, is like, and not to get too off topic, but that's something that I've thought of recently, is like, so many people just work until they're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just stay with the same place. They're miserable. They hate their lives, whatever, but they just refuse to change anything. You know
I mean, if you don't have, like, not everybody has the circumstances where they can do that. Where they can just
but you can always look for a new but you can always look for a new job.
I mean, if you're not doing anything to help your situation, then obviously. But if you've been trying and you're like kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, then you know.
But sometimes it's just the right call is just to leave that job, especially if it's toxic or even unsafe. Like, fuck the warning, fuck the 2-week notice, like get out of there.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You know? If I'm ever like unsafe at my job, I would leave. Like,
absolutely.
I don't give a shit.
No, this is not worth my life. I don't care what the fucking pay is.
I don't care.
All right, time for the feel good for the week. Now, this isn't our normal feel good story. I just found this one the most interesting when I was researching all the stories.
Okay.
So it's a little different. So this story is titled, Teen Finds 6-Inch Megalodon Tooth Millions of Years Old While Diving for Fossils on Florida Coast. A Florida teen will have quite the story for his friends to chew on when they all meet back in class after spring break. 16-year-old Aiden Andrews found the 6-inch long tooth of an ancient shark known as a megalodon while diving near Sarasota, I think. This was the largest shark species in history and is believed to have had a stronger bite than any other creature to ever live. The largest megalodon known weighed an estimated 50 tons in life and stretched 60 feet nose to tail. Aiden was on a shallow water dive expedition when his dad, Brian, threw a fossil hunting tour group in Venice, Florida called Fossil Junkies when he pulled the giant gnasher from this site off Manasota Key near Sarasota. Though experts call it a rare find, Fossil Junkies seem to be experts in knowing where to look as their homepage is covered in smiling, ecstatic divers holding their megalodon teeth. Though the megalodon shark was enormous, its teeth do seem to have a habit of ending up in small hands. In 2022, GNN reported that a 6-year-old walking on Bawdsey Beach in the UK turned up a 4-inch long tooth of a megalodon buried for at least 3 million years. Semi-professional fossil hunters with trowels, I think it's pronounced, and knee pads for kneeling in the mud told the father and son at the time that it's nearly unheard of to find megalodon teeth in Great Britain, despite the fact they have been found nearly everywhere on Earth.
Wow.
It's not that unheard of, as it turns out, because in 2023, another young man, 13-year-old Ben Evans, found a 10-million-year-old megalodon tooth at Walton-on-the-Naze Beach in Essex. On Christmas Day, 2022, Molly Sampson from the Chesapeake Bay area went fossil hunting with her dad after receiving a pair of insulated waders and a sifting basket from Santa Claus.
That's cute.
She, too, pulled up a meg tooth that was roughly 15 million years old. Molly told local news that when it comes to megalodons, every inch in the teeth was 10 in the body. So Molly's would have been 50 feet long.
That's insane.
Isn't that fucking wild?
That's
like
crazy.
Megalodon teeth are just... I will say, though, one thing when I read this, I think I read it through the second time, and it kind of clicked with me. I wonder if, what's the fossil hunting? Oh, Fossil Junkies? Because, like, every time they go on the expeditions or whatever, excursions, whatever you want to call them, I'm wondering if they're just, like, taking these teeth out and, like, tossing them in and then bringing the people back. Because how are they finding so many so frequently? And, like, experts are saying that it's super rare to find them, and they're finding them on every excursion. That's one thing that I thought.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that,
but it's still pretty fucking wild that, like, these teeth are still popping up all over the world from, like, megs.
Shark.
They're still floating around.
You fucking everywhere. That's crazy, though.
Isn't that a crazy story?
That is.
Before we wrap up, we want to let everybody know we want to hear from you, whether you agree, disagree, have some topic requests, or maybe have your own Am I the Asshole or even a feel-good story. We want to hear about it, so feel free to drop a comment, send us a direct message, or email us. All links are available at our website, which is therantingpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Tune in on Thursday because I'm gonna do my first
Thursday being the 9th.
April
9th.
Yep. I'm going to do my first Reality Rants episode talking about House of Villains on Peacock.
Yeah.
Season 3, episode 1.
There you go. So before you listen to that episode, make sure you check out that episode.
Go watch the episode and then come.
We're starting at 3.
And then come talk about it.
Season 3, episode 1.
Yes.
That's where we're starting? Okay. Yep. And then every week is going to be the next episode.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag it out a bit.
Okay. And then have you decided what you want to do after that? Well, so once we get through season 3,
I mean, yeah,
we're gonna go to a different show.
If it goes good, I could do season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
Because they're gonna go on a break.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll have to change shows. So give us some
if
feedback.
There's anything that anybody wants to chit chat about, you got any shows that you really like, any competition shows that you really like, and you need somebody to rant about them with.
Yeah.
Come on over.
There you go.
And let's rant together.
Also, to go along those lines, not only do we have that episode that we're introducing, the Reality Rants, starting on April 9th, but then on April 10th, we're also introducing our Am I the Asshole files.
Oh, yeah, which is all the Am I the Asshole stories.
Just Am I the Assholes. Yep, 4 back-to-back. We tried that last week, which I think that episode came out on the 31st.
Whatever Thursday was.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Or
so
wait,
April
no.
2nd. I thought it was Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was March 31st.
It was episode 78.
Yeah, there you go. So that was 4 back-to-back. People seem to like that.
Yeah.
So instead of just like doing 4 Am I the Assholes for the rant files, I figured we would just split it up where we keep it kind of our ranting brand for this one. And then Am I the Assholes would be on every Friday.
Yeah, just end the week with some rants.
Exactly. See, there you go.
Yeah. Ranting and judging.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite pastime.
Is that all you got then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it for us. If you like the show, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.